What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're starting a new project, a new build. This one's going to be kind of different. It's going to be sick. It's a big fiberglass boat. It's my personal rig. So obviously we're going to put a lot of time and effort into it. This is a boat I plan on keeping for at least another 8 to 10 years. We're back here in my little boat alley, I like to call it. This is my house and fence right here. We've got this big pump house over here on this side, which works out really well for me because it gives me this huge alley to park my boats in. Now this is my big Hydrosport center console boat. This is the boat we're gonna be working on over here, the Stratos, and it's a 19 foot. This trailer right here is a new trailer I'm gonna be putting it on because the trailer that's on the Stratos is in terrible shape. I'm gonna give you the little insight on how I got this boat and show you what we got, what we're working with, and what I plan to do with it. All right, so the interior shot. The hull itself is a 2005 Stratos 486SF. The good thing about this hull is that it is completely composite. There's no wood in here. It has one of these second generation Evinrude E-Tech motors on it. It's a 150. It's got a nice stainless prop on it. The thing has been sitting in some water for a while. There's no cracks or stress cracks or anything like that. Obviously the paint and the thing needs to be waxed and buffed out. I'm probably gonna end up wrapping it anyway, so I don't really care. The whole reason I wanted to get this boat is for the simple fact that the fishing ski boat that I had was a little older, starting to have some soft spots in it, and I was at the point where we needed something a little bit better, a little bit nicer, and this thing is gonna be sick. Obviously, it needs a lot of work. Let's hop in here, show you what we got. It's got a huge back deck area here. None of these hatches are attached. It's got a double bench seat in the center, and then it's got a hole for a seat post on either side for jumper seats, which you can take out and put in the front and in the back post when you want to bass fish, which I think is sick. It's exactly what I need, something like that set up when I go out with the family, because I can have a row of 4 seats across here. It also has 2 captain chairs like those up there. Those things are trash, but that's what they're going to look like. I'm going to have one in front of each side console, so you can fit 4 and 2 more, that's 6. And then up front in this bow has like wraparound seating. It's perfect for the kids. I can fit at least 4 kids up there easily, no problem. All right, so I'm going to tell you how I acquired this boat. This boat was brought to me by a friend of a friend. He hit me up, wanted me to put some sea deck in this thing. And I had never seen the boat. He said that he was gonna clean it up. He was gonna get it all ready to go, power wash it, paint the hatch doors, get everything installed. So all I had to do was sea deck it, because I was busy. This was before I was gonna start the tractor build. I was gonna squeeze this in. If it had been ready to go, it would have literally been like a weekend job. But he showed up with this thing in terrible condition. The trailer was literally about to fall apart, and he drove almost an hour to get here. I could not believe it. I mean, the thing scared me just looking at it. I told him, I was like, bro, I cannot do anything with this. You can't even drive this without the risking of it falling off and literally just running down the street and killing somebody. So I told him, I said, look, you get a trailer, bring a trailer over here. I'll get this trailer patched up to where we can take it up to the water, swap trailers, then we'll talk. I'll build the thing. But you gotta do it quick, because I ain't got time to waste. I'm on a tight schedule. A couple days went by, still no trailer. So I hit him up and I was like, look, you gotta get this thing out of here, or you gotta bring me a trailer. Or third option is I buy it from you. You didn't really want to sell it to me. But we ended up agreeing on $5,500. And I think it's a fair price, especially considering that this thing blue books at 18 grand in good condition. And when I'm done with it, it's gonna be beyond good condition. It's literally going to be beyond showroom condition. It's going to be a sick boat. The setup of it is gonna be perfect. This is gonna replace the boat that I just sold, which was like a fishing ski boat that I used with the family. A lot of Lake Gaston visits, some saltwater visits, just cruising, you know, tubing, stuff like that. The difference in this boat though is it's set up as a bass boat. It gives me the ability to hang out with the family all day, take them out on the water, and then it also has the option where I can easily just turn it right into a bass fishing machine. It's set up perfectly for what I want to do with it, and it's going to be a sick build when I get done with it. All right, so originally I got the boat as a project. It was a job. I was going to install the sea deck in it. Well, it came with 6 sheets of sea deck. They were Bimini blue. I am not putting Bimini blue sea deck in this boat. I've already shipped it back to the supplier. I'm going to see what kind of credit I can get on some different crazy turf. I'm not going to tell you all about that until we get to that stage of the game. It's going to be dope though. As far as the boat itself, I paid $5,500 for it, and I paid $2,000 for the dual axle trailer. It gets me to $7,500, which is the exact price I sold my other rig for. So I'm basically dead even right now. I'm gonna put about a $5,000, $5,500 budget on this thing, which would put me all in about 13 grand. And the boat will probably be worth about $20,000, $23,000 by the time it's all said and done. Plus, it's going to be completely customized to what I want it to be and what's gonna be best for my family. Now, I've already planned on about $2,500, maybe 3 grand for all the upholstery. I'm gonna buy all new seats, and I got some interior pieces I'm gonna have to replace on the walls. And I'm gonna spend probably about maybe 400 bucks redoing the electrical and putting in new LED strip lights and spotlights and a radio. And I'm probably gonna have some pumps and stuff for the live well I've got to replace. But hopefully we have enough left over to upgrade the trolling motor. It has a Minn Kota Maxim on it, which is a good trolling motor, but I really want to get something with spot lock. I'd like to get a Garmin or maybe a Fortrex, but we got to see what the budget allows for. The motor on this boat, it starts, has good compression, but I'm gonna get my homeboy, John Tiger with Tiger Outboards, to go through it because he is a wizard, especially with these 2-stroke engines. Now this one is not a regular 2-stroke engine, it's a high efficiency, so it will burn a lot less gas than a standard 2-stroke engine. So I'm really excited about this build, and I think it's gonna be crazy. So I hope you guys stick around. It's probably gonna be a pretty long series of episodes for this build, because I got a lot of work to do. I'm gonna go ahead and get this trailer started. It's time for me to get back to work. All right, so check out this trailer, guys. This thing is so jacked up. You see how far away this boat is sitting up here? This is how he drove it to me, almost an hour or a little over an hour. I mean, when he pulled up, the whole boat was just bouncing up and down right here, and I could see it from, you know, a couple hundred feet down the street that something was very wrong with this boat. Once it got here, I looked it over, and you can see that this thing is just destroyed. There's nothing there. I mean, it's been patched before, patch job here. I think there's one on the other side, but either way, man, this thing was just in rough shape. It scared me that he actually drove this thing, but he made it here. You can see there's a million ants on the thing now. It's been sitting out here for a little while, infested, but we're gonna scrap this trailer. Unfortunately, in order to do that, we've got to get this thing fixed up enough to put it on that dual axle trailer. What I plan to do is I've built some channel caps. I'm gonna cap over these on both sides. I'm gonna weld them, try to get them fixed up the best I can, because the back half of the trailer, it's not in good shape, but it's in good enough shape that it doesn't need any repairs to do what I want to do with it. It's all in the tongue up here. And I'm even thinking about maybe taking this tire out of here and running another support across here to connect these together just to strengthen it up a little bit better. But I'm gonna try to get this thing repaired the best I can, this whole front section on both sides. That way we can run it up to the water, dump it in, and swap trailers, and then we'll get to work on the actual build. So as you can see, the boat is sitting back here, and it's not really close to power or anything else. So I had to bring home the Miller Bobcat. It's a stick welder, arc welder, a generator. I'm gonna have to stick weld this entire thing because I can't move the trailer. The whole thing is I've got to get the trailer fixed just so I can move it, just to get rid of it. But this is the only way I can come up with. I thought about sliding it off and picking it up with a winch or jacks and putting it on blocks, but I think this is my best bet. I mean, I'm a welder. I think I can knock this out in a couple hours. I feel confident it's gonna work. Wish me luck. All right, do you see what I did here? This is the channel I bent up. It's not very thick, it's only 1/16, but I think it's gonna be enough to get this job done. I only gotta drive this thing about 5 or 6 miles. I cut this piece so it fit in here, but I just basically sandwiched that along this old piece of crap. And I'm gonna come back and weld this best I can. I might even put a strip over the top of this to weld so it's solid new metal up there. But I think with the support like this here and on the other side, and then going back maybe to that cross brace right there, hopefully that will be enough to get this thing just to the water. I'm gonna go ahead and start this welder up, and I'm gonna get to work. All right, so you can see what we got going on here. I slapped those channels around there and sandwiched them. And it was a pain in the ass to weld, but it turned out pretty decent. I'm still gonna put one more piece back here to bring this back a little bit farther, but I think this side's pretty good. The other side, I'm gonna have to do a little bit more work on too. This is up here pretty decent, but I'm gonna have to add another little short piece back here, get back some solid area to weld it to. But for the most part, I think this is gonna work. I just sturdied this thing up a lot already. I really wish I could get this crank tight up against this roller, but I think what I'm gonna do is just put some blocks of wood in here and tighten it up a little bit, because I don't wanna risk bending it and pulling it up any farther. But it's gonna be good. Not good for longevity, but good enough to get me up to the water and swap them out. All right, so that's gonna wrap up episode 1 of this build. This Stratos is gonna be sick when it's done. I love the fact that it is a composite hull and has no wood. I don't wanna worry about rot or anything like that. Plan on keeping this boat for a good long time. So what I just did with the trailer, yes, I am a certified stick welder. This is not my best work. I did the best I could. I'm not gonna clean it up and prep it or anything like that. I'm just getting this thing good enough to make it to the water. I hope we make it there. You guys are gonna be right here alongside me in episode 2, because that's what we're doing. We're taking this thing to the water, and we're gonna swap trailers. Hopefully we don't have any accidents or breakdowns, and I'm not on the side of the road welding or repairing this thing, but you never know. It could happen. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Follow along. This is gonna be a sick build. I'm gonna get back to work.